All right, everyone. So we'll go ahead and get started with some easy shoulder shrugs. If this is your first time taking this class, by the way, my name is Nick, the program manager from the Palo Alto Fitness Center. So 15 minutes of stretching and moving for the body. So of course, just like last class, we want to focus on good posture, right? So imagine someone's hands are right here on the shoulders and they're pushing down, and that's going to keep that torso upright, shoulders down and oppressed. Now from here, we're going to start off with just some circular motions in that shoulder joint. You can keep your hands together in the middle. You can keep them to your side like this, either or. But I'm taking this one nice and slow. And remember about that position I talked about, shoulders are down and back. There is no need to go fast in this one here. We're just creating some nice big circles. Taking it nice and slow, breathing in and out. Nice work. We're going to switch directions now. So same thing, I like to start upright, shoulders are down and back, and then I'm going to go in another direction here, very slow. The movement stems from the shoulder joint right here. So imagine it's a circle, and nice and slow, exploring our position for today. But if this is one of your first classes back from the 3-day weekend, thanks for joining. And if you have plans for future classes, we have a lot of new people here in QFit. So if you have a class that you really like to attend that you recommend for the other participants who have joined today, feel free to leave that in the chat before you leave. Let us know what other class you plan on taking today or this week. And recover. Nice work, everyone. All right, so keeping the theme on the upper body here, we're going to go with our bear hug, which is the first one here. So this is going to really help to open up your spine and the scapula here. How this one works is you can bring your arms out here and you're just going to wrap around your body. Now let's just say I start here, all right? Now to get a little bit more, I'm going to use my fingers to just crawl and get a nice big grip like a bear hug. And then what I'm going to do is tilt my head down and just open up my spine. So think about a little slight forward flexion of the spine. And you can use your hands to just kind of keep grabbing. I'm just going to hold here and just take deep breaths in and out. And what I'm trying to focus on is opening up my spine. So that's going to be the mid upper back. So I'm really just opening up, expanding, just trying to create a big back. I'm tilting my head down, so I'm just relaxing the neck, and I'm inhaling, exhaling. Maybe with every breath, you can reach a little bit more around the spine. About 2 more breaths here, taking deep breaths in, deep breaths out, relaxing that neck, chin is down. One more time, take a deep breath in, a very slow exhale, and open up the spine, open up, and recover. Nice work, everyone. So that is one variation of our protraction, opening up the spine. Now, let's just say that was a little challenging just to grab onto the body here. We also have our protraction using our hands in front. So for this one, I do like to bring the fingers together like this. I'm gonna bring them out about shoulder height here, right? So they're right here in the center. Same thing, I'm gonna tuck that chin down. And I just want you to imagine there's an object in front of your hands. And I'm constantly opening up and reaching for that object with my hands, and that helps you to open up your spine again. So go ahead and give this one a try here. Once again, my head is down. I'm just relaxing the neck. The focus, mid, upper back, shoulder region, and I'm reaching for that object in front, taking deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Taking deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Let's hold for about another 5 seconds here. Let's take one more inhale, big exhale, and recover. Nice work, everyone. All right. So that was one motion of the spine. That was protraction. Once again, that's to help the scapula. We're opening up here. Now let's go with retraction here. We're gonna go with extension of the spine. So for this one here, I will get my hands behind the body. So just like we did this first stretch here, I'm going to just bring my hands behind. It's okay if you don't bring them behind. You can keep them independent as well. But if you can, try and bring the fingers together. And I'm just going to retract those shoulder blades down and back. So imagine there's someone pulling at your body, pulling upwards, like with a rope. And then there's somebody pulling your hands down. So it's kind of going in opposite directions. And I'm just holding this position here. So shoulders are down and back, really lifting that chest up. And I'm just taking deep breaths in and out here. So this is probably the one that you want to be doing more so throughout your day, just because what we just did earlier was protraction. That's when you go forward, right? But we get a lot of that throughout the day anyways. Probably most of our hours at work and just throughout the day is in the forward motion. So this one is a great one just to get that retraction and do the opposite of what we're just used to during our workday. And recover. Nice work, everyone. So next regression for extension, this one's going to now get a little bit more into the shoulders and mid back here. We're going to go ahead and bring the hands behind the head here. Now, your fingers, I like to keep them just slightly behind the head, because if I try to grab onto the head, I do this forward motion. You know where you see that too is a lot in your sit-ups too. So kind of keep that in mind. So fingers are nice and light, right behind. You can keep them behind the head, the ears. And what we're going to do is just some rotation movements with the shoulders. So elbows are going to be pointing forward here. And what I'm going to do is keeping the fingers still, whether they're behind the head or neck. I'm just going to point my elbows to my side or even further back and open up and expand the chest. Elbows forward again. One more time. Expand. And repeat nice and slow. So really the only area that we're focusing on is your mid upper back. Now, nothing's really changing in the hips or that lower back. If it is, try your best to contract those muscles in the abdominals and the glutes. If at that point it's still hard, you can also do this one seated. That's gonna help stabilize the hips, right? But we just don't wanna see a lot of movement in the hips or lower back. This is really targeting shoulders and upper back right now. And it's also improving a little bit of that posture at the same time. Let's do that one more time. We're going to bring a mountain hold. Now, chest is up, elbows are out. And what I'm going to do here is keep those hips still. I'm just going to add a little rotation. So while I'm here, imagine my body just rotates towards one direction. I hold. Now, you may have tried this right now, but if you notice your hips moved with it, go ahead and reset back to the middle. And we don't want the hips to move. Just imagine belly button higher is the only thing that rotates, and we're just going to hold here. We'll slowly bring it back to the center. Let's go ahead and switch sides, so opposite direction, keeping that chest up. Back to the middle. And we're going to switch sides nice and slow. So elbows are still pointing out as much as you can. This is a slight rotation movement we have added now, week 2. And this is really helping to reinforce stability in the spine and also engage the core a little bit. So that way, when you go back to work, when you have the muscles in the core, that's your lower back, abdominals, obliques, the glutes. They help alleviate a lot of that tension in the lower back. So they're helping you pretty much. They're helping you do the work for the day. Let's do that one more time. Switch. And recover. Nice work, everyone. And go ahead and shake those shoulders off. Great work. From here, we're going to get into some tricep stretch. So this one here is going to be bringing the hand behind the back right now. Now, 2 ways you can do this one here. Imagine I'm just reaching behind. You can grab onto the wrist as the first progression, and then the next progression would be onto the elbow. So if I were to move my hand just behind, imagine I'm just trying to give myself a little tap on the back right here. I'm just going to hold right here. And then the target area is going to be tricep, right? So the more I can get it directly behind, I'm going to get that stretch. The next progression, of course, would be the elbow, where we can grab here. And now all I'm going to do to get this stretch is I'm just going to get a little bit of a lateral lean here and just hold. Once again, you can grab onto that wrist, onto that elbow. Or we're just taking deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Nice, good tricep stretch. This is actually really nice kind of doing this one, since it's, for me, this is my second day of the week, Tuesdays, but since we all had that, if you had the Monday off, first class coming back, it's kind of nice just doing a stretch one first. We'll go ahead and relax. Nice work. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So once again, I'm just going to reach back like this, right? Or just as to my best of my ability for today, I'm just going to reach. And then first progression, you can grab onto that elbow and pull. right? And then second progression, grab onto that elbow. And then when I'm here, stretch. Target area is all here, by the way, tricep, even getting into the lats here. And we're taking deep breaths in and out. I always tell a lot of my friends and family, because it's football season right now. So when you are watching any kind of sports events or anything that you're sitting down and watching, every single time that there's a score or a half, or even like a first down, if it's football you're watching, knock out like one stretch. It's a fun little way to kind of keep it fun, keep it lively throughout any kind of session where you're just sitting down a lot. And back to the middle. Great work, everyone. All right, so let's go ahead and finish off with the neck to end the day here. So once again, let's go ahead and check out our posture. So when I'm standing up here, my shoulders are down and depressed. So once again, if we are in this position here, I'm going to start by retracting the shoulder blades. And then if I'm shrugging here, it just depresses shoulder blades. We want to keep this upright posture here. Now from here, I'm going to get a lateral stretch into the neck. So I'm just going to tilt the head, think of diagonal, right? This one is optional if you like to place the weight of your hand on top, just a little bit. We're not pushing down at all in this one, by the way. It's just a little bit of the weight. Now, this hand, two options. You can pull it down this way diagonally. You can even internally rotate, which I love, by the way. I'm already feeling this one just by holding here. And we're just going to hold and breathe. It's always the neck, the lower back, or even the gut sometimes that kind of gets hit when we have a lot of stress and a lot of this tension that gets stored up there. So neck is a common one. So this is a great one just to alleviate even with the shoulder. We'll go back to the center. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Posture check, right? Standing up tall, shoulders are down and back. Okay. Getting in that stretch here. And we're gonna hold and breathe. And we're just taking deep breaths in and out. About a few more breaths here, and then we're going to finish off. I think we're going to try that bear hug one more time. That was one of our first that we did in the class. Let's see if that made a difference from class. And that's going to end our stretching flow for today. Remember, if you do plan on taking a class today or later this week, let the other participants know which class you are excited to take or you plan on taking after this class. There's a lot of new classes and a lot of new members for our QFit program. Back to the middle, and let's finish off with that bear hug, see how things feel. So once again, I like to keep the chin tucked down. That's going to keep that stretch into the posterior part of our neck here. Arms out, get a nice big wrap. And just head down, open up the spine for a 10-second count. So I'm flexing the spine just a little bit, opening up. Flexing the spine basically means I'm just kind of rounding forward and down just slightly, just a little bit. And that helps to open up my spine. Take a deep breaths in. Deep breaths out. And slowly recover back into those shoulder circles here. Great job, everyone, on our stretch and flow. Reminder, we have 2 classes this week, one today, one Thursday. So hope to see you on the next class. If you can't make them live, they're also recorded on our YouTube channel. But have a great rest of your day, everyone. Thanks for joining. And let us know what classes you plan on taking today or the rest of this week. Give a little recommendation to the other members. Great job, everyone. Have a great day. Steps this morning. Yep, steps was just before this class, by the way. So if you're looking for a class before, you can try out the steps.